Hello, I'm Andre,
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Gage.
and today we're talking about our manager. And the manager we decided on was Chris Fryer. Chris Fryer is a manager at the Cardinal in North Hills, and a little background about him is he's from Statesville, North Carolina. Right now, he's going to get his associate's degree for hospitality management at Wake Tech. And as I said, he was the maintenance manager at the Cardinals in North Hills, which we're going to go into in a little bit.
So the Cardinal is a continuing care retirement community. It is considered a luxury retirement community in the Raleigh area. There are over 160 people on the wait list. These people have to put a $1,000 down payment just to get on the wait list. And in order to cope with that, the company is building another 18-story building just to hold those residents.
We asked Chris if he liked being a leader, and he does. He enjoys getting to know his workers personally and what they like to work on at home. This benefits the workers because it gives them the opportunity to step up into bigger roles.
All right, so we wanted to look at his daily tasks, so we asked him what he did and what his managerial roles were. And he said he usually looks at work orders and gets the supplies that are needed for that day. Since he is the maintenance staff, he assigns different tasks to different individuals. And like Gage says, he goes off what they like to do and what their strengths are, so that not only do they like it, but they usually would do a better job at it. And he also will assess available apartments for damages and prepares them for upgrades. He says sometimes it can cost as much as $60,000 just to renovate an apartment. He says because they're customizable, he also ensures that the residents are following policies. So that's something not an employee would really look at, but more of a manager. So he also talks to them and also makes sure that they're satisfied for good customer service. And he's also in charge of setting up and taking down events that they hold, and also spends a good amount of time doing performance evaluations on his workers and also creating the schedule.
We asked his managerial style. He said that he was more of a coaching type of manager. He likes to listen more than talk and listen without interrupting. He likes to hear everyone's opinion before making a decision. He thinks that this is a good way to make everyone feel like their voices are heard. And he also follows the advice of Simon Sinek. Sinek is a British-American author who is a motivational speaker and organizational consultant. And Chris actually read his book, Start With Why.
We asked him what he looks for hiring employees. Because of the industry he's in, the first thing Chris looks for when hiring employees is heart. Someone who has the heart to be around seniors and take care of them. He says if they have heart, you can train them to do anything. Chris looks at the skills of the individual and where he can place them. For example, if Chris already has a painter, he would not need another painter. Instead, he may look for someone with an electrical or construction background.
All right, so when we asked him about how he deals with conflict, he says there isn't a lot, but he says when there is, he likes to take a direct approach. He says that the quicker that you can get involved in a situation and work on it, the less chance you have of it festering into something else. And as somebody who's worked in places before, we kind of know what he's talking about. And if something continues to happen, unfortunately, he does have to fire him. He does use an example like cancer. You do want to cut it out before it spreads to the rest of the team.
We asked Chris what are some of the challenges and rewards working as a manager. He said that in this company, there's always constant change. Sometimes the residents change their mind during construction since they are given the ability to customize their apartments. He also said when you walk into a room, you never really know what is going on. Each day will be different.
We asked him the rewards of being a manager. He said one of the rewards is knowing that all of the residents are safe. He knows the work he and his team are doing in the residents' apartments is going to keep them safe. He would rather be in charge than someone else.
And when we were asking him what his future plans were and if he plans to keep on being a manager, he says he does plan on staying at the Cardinal for a while. He said he has been offered jobs elsewhere, but many of the residents keep him there because he loves getting to know them personally. And he does say that the company is a good company to work with, and that's because he's worked with them before the Cardinal, and they've just been on his side ever since.
We asked what advice would you give to somebody in a manager position. He said to listen and have empathy. You never really know what is going on in someone's personal life. There's always a reason behind what the employees are doing. He gave the example of this lady who was coming in 20 minutes late every day. He ended up sitting down and talking to her, seeing what was up. It turns out that her child's daycare, their schedule had been switched, so she wasn't able to get to work on time, but he was able to talk to her and push her schedule back so she could get on time. He also said to ask, what can I do to support you? One of the biggest roles of a manager is being able to support your staff, and if you're not able to support them, then you can't lead them properly. I think that's it.
Thank